I, 30, think my fiancé's 27th cousin's 34th child is mine. My fiancée, Sarah, and I've been together for 3 years. She's actually my first serious GF since middle school. I will honestly admit I've been a complete piece of shit with women for most of my teens and 20s, and pretty much used women. I'm saying all this to explain how promiscuous I was in the past. Sarah knows about my past and she's grown to accept it. We met at work, and she hated me because she saw right through me, and after pursuing her for close to a year, she finally agreed to a date, and the rest is history. We've been living together for 2 years now, and I've grown incredibly close to her parents too, and she also loves my family. Past 3 years have been the best of my life, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with her. This weekend her cousin and her family are in town. She's really close with her cousin Lauren. Miracle I haven't met her yet. I was always busy for one reason or another the few times she's visited in the last 3 years. So I finally met Lauren and her husband for dinner at Sarah's parents' place. She immediately stares at me a bit wide-eyed, and I can't help but think she looks familiar. We're all being introduced to each other, and Lauren for the most part seems to be acting normally, but she's still staring at me whenever she can. Sarah's parents then come in with Lauren's little boy who's 5 years old. I'm looking at this kid and Lauren, and the only thing I can think of is that this boy looks like a carbon copy of me at his age with some Lauren mixed in. I'm suddenly starting to remember that I took Lauren home from a bar close to 6 years ago. And I also remember convincing her to not use protection after I showed her my blood work. I'm just a sweaty, nervous mess for the rest of dinner, and I think Lauren realizes from how she looked at me and the boy that maybe I realized too. And an even more fucked up part, I think Lauren was visiting Sarah the weekend I took her home. They probably had a girls' night out that weekend with their friends, and I took Lauren home. So Sarah was probably at the same bar that night. Sarah asked me if I was okay and just told her I wasn't feeling well. I didn't go to work yesterday and today and just took sick days. What the fuck to do? Lauren obviously isn't saying anything. I have no clue if she was married at the time, and I don't want to ask Sarah because I don't want her getting suspicious about me asking. I don't even know how I feel about possibly being a father. I'm 95% sure this kid is mine. Looked nothing like the husband. Do I just shut up? I never cheated on Sarah obviously, but she knows how much of a player I was, and it took her a while to get past my number. I don't know how she'd react if she knows I knocked up her cousin years before knowing her. This is vain and superficial about Sarah, and I love her to death, but she absolutely hates if something is considered trashy or low class. I honestly think it's possible she'd leave me if I knocked up her cousin. I can't lose her, she's literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. My only goal is keeping Sarah. Honestly, in my state of mind the last few days I don't care about anything else. My ideal situation is Sarah doesn't leave me, that's all that matters, and I'll do anything to make sure she stays. I don't know how I feel about the kid. He seemed happy with his parents. They live several states away. Sarah wants kids in the future, maybe 3 to 4 years. Searched Sarah's calendar for the kid's birthday and the timing works out. Fuck. Relevant comment. Here by you/1crew 3394. I'm guessing a lot of the commenters on this are men. I'm a 52-year-old woman. The number one most important thing in a relationship for me, and for all of the women I know, is trust. Honesty, trust, and having each other's backs. This is why women sometimes can't forgive cheating. It's not the sex, it's the breach of trust. If you were my boyfriend/husband, I would want you to put me first before Lauren, meaning, literally, come to me first. Like, I have to tell you something that's really stressing me out. You know how I told you I had a lot of irresponsible drunken sex a few years ago? When I met Lauren the other night, she looked really familiar. I am so ashamed to tell you this, but I am pretty sure I hooked up with her in a month of year. I'm not sure if she recognized me, but I think she might have. I felt like she was looking at me strangely. I was so stressed out about it I lied to you and said I felt sick. Well, that wasn't really a lie, because I wanted to puke, and I'm still completely sick about this. I can't bear to lose you, but I can't lie to you and not tell you about this. Please help me figure this out. What I should do. Then let her go through all the stages of figuring this out with you. Let her say, "OMG, is that your kid?" while you put your face in your hands and moan. If you do what all these guys are suggesting, and try to do damage control and go talk to Lauren behind her GF's back, you are completely fucked. It's not the crime, it's the cover-up. If you talk to Lauren, figure out you are the Bayo father, and then drop the whole story on your GF, there is no way in hell she will ever believe that you just figured this out now. She will feel doubtful about what you knew, when you knew it, how you feel about Lauren, when you last slept with Lauren, etc., etc. If you want a life with Sarah, go to Sarah and ask for help. If she dumps you, she is only dumping you for something you already told her about, your past behavior, and if she got over it once, she might even get over it again. Right now you are in the most forgivable, least guilty position possible. You have never lied to Sarah about your past, and you aren't going to start now. You did not turn your back on your child or the mother of your child. You did not know. If this kid was your baby, you weren't informed at the time. If Sarah and Lauren are close, and Lauren did have a pregnancy and conceal it from the bio father, Sarah may know all about it and may be aware the bio father wasn't notified. Oscar Wilde once said, "Ignorance is like a delicate flower, touch it, and the bloom is off." Women are insanely perceptive of micro-expressions on their partner's face. If you find out anything and hide it from her for 24 hours while you think about it, she will already feel in her bones you are lying and don't trust her. She is probably still wondering WTF was going on with you at the party. If you do anything else besides go to Sarah first, you are most likely done for. Trust that your partner can love you enough to get through this with you. Tell her ASAP before Lauren comes forward and says something. If by any chance Lauren is passing your bio kid off as her husband's bio kid, she may try taking some defensive actions, who knows what. Or maybe Lauren will tell your GF it's you, and that's why you acted sick at the party. OMG. Don't roll the dice. Go to her, throw yourself on her mercy, and ask for her help. Like others have said, if you and this kid share some DNA, the chance of him figuring this out in your lifetime is extremely high. Rip the band-aid off and deal with it now. Commenter. Sarah's line about wishing she had never fell in love with OP hit me hard because honestly I get it. Sarah now has full knowledge of their sexual incompatibility, with views regarding sex/body count. They had swept it under the rug prior. But now she either truly gets over it or it stays in the back of her mind, slowly snowballing. I also didn't like how OP considered Sarah's dislike of trashy/low class to be vain and superficial. It sounds like Sarah has a level head and doesn't want drama. This mess is drama. It was easy for her when she could ignore OOP's past. But now, she's facing the fallout. Right now it's minor, she has to navigate family meetings so OOP and Lauren's family never interact. How long before another family member notices and tries to intervene? And like everyone else is commenting, what happens if someone finds out the kid is his? Or if there's another kid out there? OP, it's something that either needs to be fully resolved, or it will likely continue to cause tension.